You ready? Hey, welcome to Massive Chalice Teamstream number 20. So this one, we're not going to have a lot of team, but hopefully a lot of stream on this one. Everybody's working hard on the game, and we just thought for this one, we would just, do a playtest and show you like kind of what we normally do just when we're testing the game. And it's sort of, all the pieces have come together and it's kind of a video game now. So we thought that it would be cool to show you one of these kind of like, playthrough kind of feedback sessions. So what I do is like just play through the game, and then I have this Google Doc open, and if we can put it in the chat, that would be awesome. If we get a link to that thing. I forgot about that. Maybe we can find that thing. But I'll just be tabbing out to it and just taking some notes about the game, about like things that we're gonna wanna fix. And those will get all prioritized, and we'll do them later and stuff. And so this is just like the iterative process of like trying to make a game better now once it's a game, because it's not so good right now. Like most games, it's not super great. Through this process, we'll just keep making lists, keep writing stuff down, and then we'll address them as we go for as long as we can. Just keep polishing it. So I think we're just gonna jump into the video game now and check out some Massive Chalice. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah? All right. Let me get my headphones on. We're gonna start playing this thing. So I'm just gonna start a new game because we've really been focusing on like the very beginning experience, and we're still fleshing out the story. But basically, the Chalice has been found, and it's ready to start like kind of combating the cadence. And the first thing that it really does is create you, the player. You're the mortal ruler. You're going to be the one who's in charge, kind of calling out all the shots. The Chalice will be the thing that is like your advisor throughout the whole experience. And yeah, so kind of you're sleepy, I guess, after it puts you together, it wakes you up. And it kind of already started the very first battle because it wasn't sure when you were going to regain consciousness. So it just kind of jumps you in here with a selection of 5 heroes, and you're trying to take back one of the first keeps of the nation. I'm gonna just start going through this thing, and I've got Aaron from our IT department on the wheels of steel off camera, and he'll be feeding me some questions. So I'm not actually looking at the chat because I'm a horrible multitasker. If you have questions, I think you can shoot them to him, and then he'll feed them to me, and I will do my best while I'm playing to actually respond to you guys. But thanks for tuning in for this thing. I think it'll be cool. You ready to go over there, Aaron?
Yeah, there's some buffering there, but
okay, sweet. I love buffering. All right, and then I got there's my awesome Google spreadsheet. So you guys, we sent out a link to this guy in the announcement. How do I get this over to you, Aaron? I'm sure that I can get this to you somehow.
Share with me?
Yeah, how about that?
You want a link to this? Let's see what you can edit.
Cool.
Okay.
You can totally edit it. You're allowed to edit it.
Okay.
And then if you can just get that link, will you get that link over there?
Yeah, okay. You want everyone to have it?
Yeah. Everybody should be able to view it, not edit it. So
Can do.
that'll be cool, and I'm just gonna be dumping my feedback notes in here, and we'll get it going. So we start you with a random assortment of 5 heroes right now, and it looks like I didn't get any hunters, and we're still kind of like debating whether that's okay. I have it looks like 4 caperjacks, and then 1 alchemist, and so I'm just gonna roll with it. Like, kind of want the game. Everything we've been talking about, we've been trying to.
Totally lost the feed, FYI.
Oh, you did lose. You lost the feed?
I just jumped back, so it's coming in and out.
Okay. Having a little bit of technical difficulty. Hopefully the stream is good though. See if so I'm just gonna move my squad up here and see. We got a couple of enemies kind of hanging out around the corner. So this dude's missing a bunch of effects, this time mage, but I think he'll be looking pretty sweet by the time we ship this game. Also, my alchemist took a total beating. Rebecca kind of took a beating here. Let's see if I can keep her alive. Let's see. So we've been messing around. This is one of the new features that we have, is that after you select after you select a knockback ability like this, the white square is going to be where you end up, and if you hit F, oh, it looks like it's not working. I'll have to tell Chad. Or maybe it's just not drawing in the fog of war. That might be what that is. Let me see. Let's see if we can play around with that a little bit. Make that. Let's hit this guy. Oh crap, I actually killed him. I wanted to mess around with that thing a little bit. Let me see if I can do it here. So yeah, by hitting F, you can see the white square. Like, that's basically like the square that I'm gonna end up. So you can see the path changing. I don't know if you can see that blue line on the stream, but that'll actually change where you're going. And yeah, I think it's just not drawing in the fog of war. So shifted melee position is not showing up in the fog of war. And that's like, I don't know, that's like a 2. That's for Chad. Also, yeah, I've kind of played this mission one too many times. There's only one layout of where the enemies spawn, so I kind of know where they are. I guess I'm cheating a little bit, but in the final version, like once we're pretty satisfied with like how the enemies, like how many groups of enemies we want there to be, we can set it up so that there's like a bunch of different random locations for them to spawn. We can make a bunch of different layouts for the enemies and stuff, and I think it'll be really good, and it'll kind of take that away, which is great because we don't want people to, we don't want people to like figure everything out and know exactly where all the dudes are.
Can you alter the path taken during the move?
Can you alter the path taken during the move? You can't. We don't let you. The only thing we let you change is the actual position of like where you'll end up on your way, or like so you don't get to change like. So hey, Aaron asked. I think that he doesn't have a mic. So is that what somebody said? I couldn't tell if that was your question or if that was a question from the chat. I was like, oh, that's cool. So somebody asked, like, can you alter your path to get to the destination? And what we've decided is that we don't actually want to have anything that will like a kind of like a spike tile that you run over and get damaged as you pass through it. Just because like in order to let you alter the path, it requires like a bunch of like UI and interface changes and stuff like that. So what we can do is just like, as long as we have that design constraint where it's like, it doesn't matter what you run over, it only matters where you end up, then we don't have to worry about that at all. We can just then have the UI and interface stuff for your destination, and then we don't have to worry about like the actual path that you take. And then hopefully players will figure that out pretty quickly, and they won't like, they won't worry about it. That was, okay. That grenade missed, and it landed right on this dude, and it did no damage. So that is... So that was weird. That'll be one for Chad. You're probably going to see a lot for Chad because he's... Also, I think I really foolishly moved my alchemist up, and he's already pretty damaged. Like that was, I just cannot resist like going for those, even if they're like kind of low success rate. I just can't keep myself from trying to get those double kills with the alchemist bombs. Let's see. So this dude's only got 1 HP. So that's like, so we went with this thing to where we don't have misses on melee attacks. They can only, like, if they quote unquote miss, they just result in a glancing blow. And it was mainly kind of like an art and a feel decision, where like fantasy games that have misses, sometimes the attack will just like pass right through the enemy, and it just kind of looks crappy. So we were like, oh, okay, we'll do this glancing blow thing. It has this really weird side effect, which I actually end up liking quite a bit, where so when something is at 1 HP, it's basically a guaranteed kill for a melee unit. So any of my Caberjacks can just hit this guy and kill him in one shot, or even the Alchemist could like run around here and get a kill on that thing. So it lets you plan your turns a little bit differently when you have a lot of melee guys like I do in this party, and I think it's kind of a rad side effect of something that started out as being like just like an aesthetic choice. My dudes are just clobbering everybody. This is ridiculous. So let's club this dude too. Oh, and that was great. So I don't know if you guys can hear the music. Hopefully you can. But this is actually our first official drop from the guys that we signed to do the music. And we haven't talked about it a lot. And I guess we should talk about it now. So these guys, they're Brian Trifon and Brian White. They're DJs. And we worked with them on, oh, I wish Brian was here. I wish Brian was here so that he could tell me. We worked with them on the project that we did for Sony. What was that called? The Playroom? The Playroom project that we did with Sony. And, oh no, we worked on with them for Drop Chord. It was actually Drop Chord that they wrote some of the tracks for Drop Chord, and Brian really liked working with them. So he threw their hat in the ring for the music, and we had a bunch of different composers kind of like make new, like just kind of, they call them sketches, where you just like, they were kind enough to just like do it for free because they wanted the gig. It's a contract gig, and yeah, like we thought theirs was amazing. It was really outside the box, like not your kind of standard fantasy music. And so yeah, Brian Min, our audio director, he's kind of cut up their first submission and put it in here, and I haven't actually played around with it that much. And there's this really cool, Chad just hooked up the music states as well. Chad's kind of hanging out over here off screen. But he hooked up these music states, and I just had the music state happen for, I don't know if you're on screen or not. I can't actually see the picture-in-picture thing, but I just heard when you defeat half the enemies or more, it kicks into this like sort of like victory track, like comes in, and that was the first time I've actually experienced that, and it's awesome. Like I think we might want to randomize when it happens, you know, like pick a more randomized segment. I'm gonna write that down in my feedback. Just because like it happened like right when I killed the dude, and so I feel like if you just always know that. Yeah, I got a third one right here. I'm writing it down. 50% enemy. Let's see, enemies killed. Music trigger should feel more randomized. I know, isn't it awesome? We got all these like random viewers, which is awesome. There's like 36 people in this Google Doc, and it's awesome. So I'm gonna put that one as like a very low priority, and let's keep going. Also, yeah, that's another thing that Brian did with the music is that it kind of kicks into a music state. I just did it again. See, I'm so bad at talking and playing at the same time. I just moved my Alchemist like way up in the front like an idiot. This guy's got 4 HP. He got crushed by a time mage on the first turn, and now he's like. Okay. Oh no! No! Oh man, 1 HP. I just totally lucked out. Now this guy gets his vengeance, though, right? Right, Chad? We let him get the double. All right. Nicely done. Oh, and then there's a victory state as well that it just kicked into, which is awesome.
It's very early fast, but literally it's just one by thing. Just to plug in the states.
Yeah, super early on all this stuff, but it's feeling pretty cool. I like this. I like it. It's awesome. So this is new. I don't think we've shown this on the stream either. Is that we've got this really cool, this is a lot of like the kind of new like final UI. You can see the sigils in there. A couple of them. This is actually like a placeholder one that we have, and you'll see a lot of them like this are kind of based on that. But this is like a real one that somebody made. It looks like it's got this weird thing on the bottom.
It's early one I made before we had everything lined up.
Oh, okay. Cool. But hopefully we'll see some other ones that feel a little bit more realistic. And this, the whole design of the character screen in this, I would say it's like the left 40, 50 whatever percent, up here. We've had this design for a while. And on this right side, this is where, like, if you're using the character UI, that's where the character would normally be drawn. But we decided for the results screen, we could actually just kind of, instead of a character on the right, it would actually just be like the results, so you can see how many kills you got, how much XP, how long the mission was and stuff. But then, leaving that like 50% of the screen on the side, we could actually have both of them up at the same time. And so you could level up your guys and you could check out their stats and all that stuff. And it seems to be working pretty well, and you can proceed to come back to the strategy layer. So like on your first playthrough, like you'll kind of go through that initial keep reclamation, keep liberation mission, and then you'll be on the strategy layer, and we kind of do some like really light tutorializing. I think that this is going to be, just from doing playtests and stuff, this is going to be something that we ramp up as we mess around with it. But basically we want you to retire your first hero pair here. So we're going to take a look at who we've got. So right now it's sorted by XP, that's kind of the default. And one thing we've seen from playtests, we need to train you a little bit so that you know what makes a good regent. Really what we're trying to do is get you to retire somebody who is a high level so that they can pass the experience on to the kids as they're raised. And then also somebody, more importantly I would say, somebody with good genetics, good genes. So all these traits that they have, like Gabriel Lowe, quick martial art, that's really good. That's some good stuff. So Rebecca, right here we have, next to the male-female symbol, we have their like fertility. And this is where the game starts getting into like weird territory where it's like we have to really find the right language. Because we don't want it to feel like animal husbandry or anything where you're like breeding characters together and stuff. But we do want you to have that information of like how many kids could this hero actually produce if you retire them. So you see this one, Sam Lowe here is actually, he is virile. You can see that he has a high fertility, so he might be a good one. So we'll get a bunch of kids out of him. Also, I noticed this right here. I'm gonna go into this debug cam and so you won't be able to do this in the shippy version of the game, but we use this to like spot errors and like try to take screenshots and see what's going on. And I noticed that that his head disappearing, that's fine, but his waist is like totally gone, and I don't know what could have caused that. It's like his sash is like not rendering. So I'm gonna get that down. Let's see. Keyboard drag, sash. So that one is weird, and that's pretty high priority. And I guess I'm gonna put Chad for that one as well. Who do you want me to put on that one?
Chad.
We'll put David Farrell on that one. And we'll put David Farrell on that one. Hopefully he's watching right now. And I don't think this happens all the time. So you can see it now. Wait, can you see it or not? Yeah. Yeah, it's there now, right? It's kind of like a darker blue. Yeah, weird. I don't know. Video games, there's bugs all over the place. We also have, this is a new thing, is that we have this active tag. So that means the 5 heroes that you deployed into the last mission, like that's just kind of a reminder of like, hey, you were using these guys, and if you retire them, they're not going to be available for like service in the next mission. So it's just something you should keep in mind and stuff. We also let you just jump into their info thing if you want to see like what kind of equipment have and see their skill tree. Like you can do that pretty easily too. And there it is again. Invisible sashes, man. That's how it works. There was that one guy though. Who is this? Gabriel Lowe. I think she's level 2. Do you think that's a Jeff bug? It's funny, and that's like, yeah, I mean that could easily be an art bug or a programming bug. It's sort of difficult to know. I think it's a programming bug only because sometimes it shows up correctly and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm gonna kick it to programming for that. But I'm gonna even though Gabriel is like in my active party, I'm gonna retire her because those are both very good traits. So quick means that you get additional movement speed, movement range, which is really good on your turn. And then this, I don't like the name of this, but we're calling it martial artist right now, which is like you have a higher evasion against melee attacks. So that means just more glancing blows versus melee attacks. And for caberjacks, that's really good because they're like up in the mix, and just I think that one's actually pretty beefy, isn't it? That's where that full 10% is coming from. So usually caberjack has really, really low evasion, but it's super good for them. So I'm gonna put Gabriel on the thing. Okay, now so this is like the also it says appoint a partner, and I think it should really say, that feels really cold. So I'm gonna make a note that appoint a partner should say should read marry this regent or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I ask the chat. This is awesome. You can just ask people on the chat, like, well, yeah, what do you think this should say? Because you're marrying this person that you've already put. So this Gabriel Lowe person, it's like we're gonna marry her to somebody else in the retinue, and like who are you gonna pick? This is also crazy. I've never seen this. I only have 2 men. And then actually 3 men, but this Oliver Farrell, he is sterile. That's crazy. Have you ever seen that, Chad? I mean, it's just random, right? Like, it's just a bunch of coin flips. So I really only have 2 picks here, and it's kind of good that you can see this banner here. We say that they're like highly compatible. So let's see. We've got this guy, Nathan Hamer. He's an alchemist, cocky, sickly, thick-skinned, kingmaker. So he's got a bunch of traits. He's kind of a bag of good and bad things, so that would be okay. And then we've got Brian Kipnis, optimistic, slow, cocky. The slow is quite bad. So I think, yeah, that does seem, yeah. Is that weird that we should make sure that Gabriel? Wait, this is interesting too. I'm pretty sure that's the female caberjack, but this is actually a male symbol up here.
Yeah, something seems reversed on some of them.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, well let's okay. Double check that that the regent's view in the appoint a partner screen is showing the right gender icon. That one's for Dan, yeah. Yeah, and we'll make this one 3. That one's pretty, you know what? This one's for me. I can go into the text database and handle that. So we're definitely gonna use this this Nathan Hamer instead. His traits are just a little bit better. And you can click this to kind of like see, in case you forgot, you can see the traits of the person you married. Does anybody have suggestions in the chat?
For?
There was this text of appoint a partner.
Oh yeah, consort.
Consort.
Depends, you might not be putting people in to be married. You might just be putting them in to train together, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
So someone asks, what happens if you have a same-sex consort or partner?
Oh, you can totally have a same-sex marriage. They just will not produce children. You need to use a thing that we'll get to later, hopefully, the CHALICE powers to actually produce a hero baby that you can then give to them, and it will kind of like we need a name for this. We're calling it a proto baby right now internally. Is that you can use the chalice to make this like proto baby, and then you give it to the couple, and it will bind to that house, and it will take on their class and their last name. It'll have random genetics, but it will carry on the line, and then any of the relics can be passed down to that kid, and that kid will be trained by the couple, and so it should just work. Like it does just work, and I think it's working pretty well. So it's cool. Okay, so now we kind of like guide you to go do some research, and so here's like this is the capital view. The chalice is totally placeholder. It's being designed right now, and it'll be very cool. And we're planning on having it be a man on the left and a woman on the right. So rather than like man and old man, like we did for our original logo, we're gonna have it be like, I think it's gonna be an old man and a young woman, and it's kind of cool that it'll make them feel a little bit different from each other. And these are the two voice characters in the game. So once we cast them and record dialogue and stuff, you'll actually like their voices will be quite a bit different, which is another reason to have them be have different sexes. So here's like the research menu. So this like just got on, which is great. Clicking one of these things will just give you like some more explanation of it. And we kind of set you up with like really simple choice in the very beginning of the game. We have like a healing potion kind of thing that'll take 7 years to research. We have the Scholars Guild, which is something that we kind of just like hide from you. But basically, you can take your heroes, you can retire them to the Scholars Guild. They have to forsake their family and like give up their family name and any relics that they have, and go be a scholar and like research the cadence for the rest of their life. And that will accelerate your research as you go through the game. And then the third option that you have is an option that's pretty much always available. You can research it multiple times. We're calling it region exploration right now, but that might change depending on like the fiction. But basically, like this is how you find new keeps. You find a new keep through this research option, and then it'll kind of uncover it'll uncover that keep, and it'll be infested with the cadence. You'll be able to launch an attack on that keep, and then you'll claim it, and then you can retire a new couple. So that will be kind of just like that first mission that we showed a minute ago. So I'm gonna take this health file because I like it. And then we just kind of instruct you to use this big ugly play button. So the timeline, we're actually talking about having an actual literal timeline along the top of the screen, and when you hit the button, I think the play button will kind of be in the upper right. It will start kind of moving the timeline. And then events like these that we have on the ticker, rather than them being these big ugly text things on the left, they'll actually be kind of like these cool icons that get spit out onto the timeline. And then they'll have like mouse overs, so you can click them to get more details and stuff. I think it was something we didn't really plan on, but it seems like a really good idea and a really good way to handle that ticker in a good way, I guess. Okay, so when your research is complete, you get notified, and then you can just come back in and select a different item. So I'm gonna get this, we're gonna go for the next keep.
Check out your kids.
Oh yeah, I should totally check out the kids. So you can see these awesome fireworks that they're shooting off. All right, we got 4 kids. And you can see that, you can really see the difference between the old UI and the new UI. So this screen hasn't been converted yet. Oh, and this is interesting. I have 3 of these kids have no traits at all.
Some of them are learned traits.
Oh, right, that's right. Right. So Chad is saying that some of the traits are actually learned traits. So like if we look at Gabriel Lowe, like I believe this martial artist one is actually we call it like a personality trait. We're not going to tell you this, I don't think. I think that this is just going to be like hidden from the. Yo, Anthony, man, it's becoming a party. How's it going, man? So I don't think we're gonna like show this to you, but some of these are genetic and some of them aren't. So hopefully just through like clues in the language people will be able to figure it out. But so Gabriel Lowe has this martial artist trait, and then this Nathan Hamer guy, he also has that. So the kids, when they come of age, like you can see that none of them have it, but when they come of age, they'll have a very, very high chance of like having that personality trait because the people who trained them had it. And that's kind of going to be like an under the hood thing, and we hope that like ends up making sense to people and everything.
Some of the
What's
genetic
up?
traits don't actually appear until they're later.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so Dan is here as well. We're just having a party, man. This is just a
We're all
party.
back to work. 2 minutes.
And I'm looking at that genetic
Which one? The one that you just saw on the thing?
Gabriel's.
Yeah, that's awesome. Dan was
And then
was watching that, and he has the.
Title for the marriage list can just be Mary and then the region name, right? Like Mary Gabriel list.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That's the damn guarantee.
Yeah, so this was what Dan said, is that it could just say Mary hero name, and it would be really good. And I'm gonna put this. Now it's a Dan bug though.
Sounds like a damn.
Now it's a Dan bug because. Okay. Sweet. All right. So it's jamming on the. So the timeline was running, and one of the big things that happens is like a cadence attack. And so, okay, cool, they're attacking the like desert region up here. We're gonna try to make that a little bit more obvious when we like take another stab at the map, which will be happening like probably next month. We'll be trying to do like the final strategic map. But yeah, so when the cadence attacks, they're actually trying to like jack up the corruption. That's the percentage in each region. They're trying to like increase that by a bunch. So I can actually ignore it if I want to, but that will jack up the corruption by I think it's like 10% at least in that region, and that's like super bad. You want to try to keep these percentages as low as possible, because if they ever hit 100%, you'll lose that region completely. And if there's a keep there, the family will be lost, and all the trainees in the keep will be lost. And it's like, yeah, you just kind of don't want that to happen. So by fighting a battle, you can push the corruption back. And it's just a good idea to do it. So you can see there's an empty hole right now in my retinue. That's because that Gabriel Lowe was one of the characters that I retired. Also, I did not do this on purpose, but I should have checked it. One of the big changes that we did is that when you start out with your characters, you'll actually start with like a fewer number of bloodlines, a fewer number of last names. You'll have some characters that are related to each other. So it's actually really good to retire somebody who is already has relatives, because I can have Sam and Melina Lowe fight, and they'll grow old, and just have them just like fight until they basically pass away, and then hopefully they'll produce relics, and then they can pass it down to like their nieces and nephews that are being produced. See, that's really awful that I said that. That are being born, they're being, what?
Spawn.
They're being spawned. Yeah, we don't. They're matriculated. Yeah, in the keep, and that's actually a really cool thing. Is that you can have when you start the game, you can have like brothers and sisters, and you can have, like you can have a father-daughter kind of relationships at the beginning of the game. And actually, if we go in here, one thing that we don't have that I know that we need is if you go into the info. So we have parents and we have children listed here, but what we don't have is the kind of peer row. And so that's something we're going to add for sure. And I think that these relationships are actually in there. It's just that because we don't have that peer row, it doesn't look like anything's there. But if that was in there, I think you would see those other two characters, and you'd be like, oh, cool. And then they actually, their sigil flags are in there, and they serve as links that you can just click those and it'll be your siblings. Yeah, it'll be your siblings. And then there will also be like a slot for your spouse. So if you're married, that will be there as well. And you can just kind of bounce around that view with some links and stuff. So it's cool. We have 2 Lows on there that are going to fight. And what I really want is a hunter, because I have no hunters out there. So you can sort this by class and see, let's see how many hunters we have. We just have 2, and they're related. They're both Burnhelms. And see, they're 27 and 34. These two Burnhelm sisters. So this is Greta and Jamie. We can check out their stats and their things. So let's see. Greta has the Dodger. That's actually really good on a hunter. Again, that's the flip side of the martial artist. So this is increased evasion versus ranged attacks, which is good for a hunter because they're at ranged. Increased max HP, always good. And then this Queenmaker, increased chance of having daughters. That's fine. It's only relevant if you plan on retiring them. And I probably will try to retire one of these Burnhelms. Let's see, that was Greta, so let's check out. And this is actually really good. Like, I didn't even have to sort that list because I remembered what the banner looked like, so I could easily pick it out of a list. So I think that's operating very well. Hardy and a quick study. So this is actually interesting. So this one, So quick study is increased XP game. That's really good. So I kind of want to get her out on the battlefield. Let's see. So this is interesting too. I started with so many women in my group that this Queenmaker, I actually don't want to retire her because she'll make a bunch more women, and that might get me into like a gender quandary, which we've seen happen, which is really interesting and it's cool. So I've never actually had that trait impact which hero. So I would rather have her on the battlefield and then retire Jamie. And then also, hopefully, she'll be able to pass on this quick study, and then the kids will show up. So we'll put Greta out there. And this squad is looking pretty rad. Well, let me check out these other guys. How do I get to? Yeah. So obviously, you can see that this UI is like very much in placeholder. So we'll be doing that. I was thinking that it should maybe have that box that sits over the region in that marrying screen. You can like click it and it drops down, and then you can click it and it comes back up, so you can like see a snapshot of their traits and stuff. I think that might be really good on the deployment screen. So we'll check. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. So this guy, Virile Dodger Kingmaker. So that guy might be good to marry into somebody and get some more menfolk going.
But you already have a low house.
I do have a low house, but he would make a really good partner, right? If I start like that hunter house, then I can marry him in there, and then get some dudes. Okay, so this woman is infertile.
She said we're gonna spell this.
Heading for the Scholars Guild. Brainy and infertile. That's really good. So I might actually want to swap her out, and then put her in the Scholars Guild. That's a good. Also, this is something that we've noticed, is that people spend a lot of time on this part of the game sometimes too much. I mean, it's really only if you're trying to like min-max your experience, I think. I could have just launched this mission. I started with 4 out of 5. I could have just slotted somebody in there and just launched it. But, if you're trying to think about like the long-term planning, I think it can be really fun to like try to tweak your party out and stuff. So Brian Kipnis, slow. We don't want him. Maybe we don't want this other hunter, because we want to use, maybe another alchemist would be good. Let's see. You always get some duds, it's true. Like this guy, the infertile asthmatic. Yeah, it's not so bad.
Another candidate as far as getting brainy.
Brainy is a good, yeah, I got a lot of guys that are brainy. That's awesome. Puny. Cocky, and we got Pauline down here. Cocky, asthmatic, martial artist, quick study. Well, I think Rose, puny, man, probably this one, and we'll retire Rose. Okay, get Oliver in there. Oh man, that's 2 ferals. No, we're okay. All right, I'm gonna launch with this. We also just got the new. Oh, that's weird. Look at that. See the flag on that one? It's pretty weird. That's strange. Okay. Let's see. Flags do not always appear over. HP flags, yeah, that's a. Okay. Yeah, that went in like mere moments before this was happening. I'm gonna move this guy up here and try to get a better view before I wail on this little spore. I've also got this guy over here. Yeah, we'll just unload on this guy. This one's for you. There's actually some Chad put this in. We call it the battle cry. It's like every time one of your heroes gets a kill, they'll say something. above their head, and it just kind of like, it's just meant to like get you a little bit more attached to the actual the characters. So I'm gonna stealth my hunter over here, so he'll be invisible, just kind of scope out that other guy, and then we'll probably just break line of sight with this other dude, the rest of my guys. And then we'll end the turn. I don't think the hunter can actually kill this guy. Well, he might. It's tough with a all melee squad. And it looks like there's one of those bomb plants right here. And I could try knocking that back, but then it would stay right where it is, right? Oh, that's weird. I hit escape here. Wait, what did I do? I went 2, and then I hit escape. That shouldn't do that, right? That should just back out of my, like if I hit escape right now, like this is, I press 2 to go into the knockback, and then I hit escape. I think it needs to, okay, so pressing escape. I hope this is exciting for people. Watching me write notes on the thing. Like,
You should be doing what you're saying.
yeah.
The way it was written.
Yeah. Pressing escape while, let's see,
Visible.
you have currently selected skill, brings up the main menu instead of canceling the skill. Is that one for you?
Me and Dan, after you first type the mission, when you go back to strategy, it messes up the count on whether or not you can escape or not. So,
Okay, so that might have something to do with that.
Be able to hit escape.
Man, this guy is, I mean, I guess he's not going to do too much damage, but I'm not sure how to deal with him. I can stealth my guy up here. It's kind of risky. Oh, is that bug still in there where they will, will he go after the explodey thing though?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna trust Chad, and I'm gonna move my hunter up, and we'll see. Okay. Let's see if we can get this alchemist to chuck a bomb over there. It's pretty risky. Let's get it. 45%. It's not so good. I'm doing it. Oh, see, that happened again. That happened in my earlier thing. A missed grenade does no damage,
Even though it hit him?
and it makes me sad. Yeah,
It's a bug.
it's a bug.
Okay.
It's a bug.
Fair enough.
Lena low. Or a dud. It's not a dud. There are no duds.
Every
God, that would be brutal. We didn't even talk about having duds. I'm gonna move this guy. I do have this other alchemist though. Yeah, and this tree's in the way. So I gotta move him. Oh man, really wanna hit escape there. Let's see if I move this guy out of the way. This one's gonna hit though. This one's gonna hit. Don't worry about it. This one's 53. That's, you know, nice. Okay.
That thing's gone.
This thing is actually gone, right? Okay. I should just write that down. What do we call those things? They're just called the exploding pants. Red barrels. Shh! They're not red barrels. They're exploding plants. Exploding plants do not disappear after they explode. Making that one priority. What do you think about that? Now I just have 2 caber jacks. I don't think I have a way out of this one. I think, I don't actually want... we'll just run this guy away. Oh, he can't get close enough. All right, we'll just have him back this guy up. Ah, this guy's got 1 HP and he's coming up like a jerk. What a jerk. Yeah, he didn't see the hunter. That's great. Okay, so this guy's not doing too well. So when those corrosion cadences die, they leave behind this like big puddle of kind of like corruption-y stuff. And this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, where like you're not punished for running over this stuff. You're only punished for kind of like ending your turn on top of it, and then it'll do damage to you. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good. I've been pretty happy with the actual design for that. I think that this will kill this guy if I shoot this thing. I don't know if that's worth it. Let's get this caberjack up here and just murder this guy. This is interesting, Chad, right here. Like, isn't this square the most ideal one to punch this guy?
It might be remembering your offset.
Oh, interesting.
Try it and see if you can shift it up.
Yeah, I definitely can shift to that one. Let's see if I cancel it. Yeah, weird. This guy's a beast. Who is this? Is this one of the Lows? It absolutely is. Samuel Lowe. Yeah, that was the same thing. I think you're right. It's all that same bug. Let's see, this looks like a pretty good grenade target right here. Get it. Yes. I think it's good. I do think the flags, I mean this stuff's awesome. I love this over here. And I love being able to click on the flag to go right into the info. Feels really good. What was I not digging as much? Oh, the flags. I think the flags, since they're so vertical, they kind of cover up where your eyeballs go in a lot of times. And I feel like that thing that we kind of ripped off from XCOM was like, it looked really sci-fi, but I think that offset to the right is actually really helpful. Either that or I'm just super used to it. I don't know. So I think we should play with this for a while. Maybe it's just too high, it feels a little disconnected from the guys. Like this one, maybe we should lower it. Is that the tinier one?
That's the tinier one.
It is the tinier one for when a guy's out of action points.
Yeah, it keeps the top the same height. It should probably lower it.
Is there anywhere to stealth? This is interesting that you need to end your turn next to like a big, tall blocker. So I don't know if you can see, we obviously need, this part of the UI is still in progress, but like I'm gonna have him sneak over here, scope these dudes out. Let's see, I'll get this caberjack over
There's
here.
still a bug where it won't get revealed.
He won't get revealed. Okay, yeah. So it's not as risky to just run your dude over there. But if an enemy gets close to him, wanders close to him, it'll break his stealth. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have my caberjack run over here. And then knock this guy into this guy. Pretty solid. He missed it. Let's see, well, we can just grenade this guy here. 94. Alright. And how about we do this? Can knock these guys into each other. Alright. That stunned one of them, and it didn't stun the other one. This guy's got 4 HP. Just kill him, maybe? Chad. My dudes are not looking so good right now. Missing all over the place. All right, that's fine. My guys are really spread out. Look at this. What is that? At this little spore guy. There's like some rendering glitch on his body. Can you see that?
Doesn't say more than the belt.
Yeah?
It's like camouflage.
Something we look into anytime you're setting a player color on a character. It sometimes gets like on a weird state.
Oh, weird. Okay. Let's see, where was
We
that?
already have one.
Oh, we do? You want me to just... All right, cool. Cool. It's gonna have this dude murder this guy. Yeah.
Color being set on the front.
The music just kicked in when I killed that guy, and it feels really good. It's like, okay, so this guy's got 1 HP, so he's like a guaranteed kill. So we'll just focus on wailing on this little guy. All right, get this guy. Nice. I'm just gonna stealth my guy away from this little annoying dude. Oh man, we gotta get the hunter in there into the little. Wait, will that get both of them actually? This other guy might blow up too. Yeah, nice. Okay, so Oliver leveled up. We get that throw items. Caberjacks get this this kind of like taunting defensive skill when they first level up to level 2. It's good. Good mission. Good mission. No. I'm exploring it right now. So we'll see. Still making babies. Oh, so this is we redid the random event UI, and this is just like the kind of placeholder random event. We haven't done any of these that we're like super happy with, but got the UI done for it, and it looks really nice. So I'm stoked on that. But yeah, basically these are going to be the random events that pop up, and you'll just have to like make a decision, and then the results will be randomized as well, and so you'll get the random results, and it's like, oh, cool. So those will be things that like affect the lives of your heroes, and I don't know. We got a bunch of ideas, but nothing is super concrete with those yet. But those will happen. Originally, we're gonna start it with like they should happen kind of like 1-to-1 with the battles. You'll sort of like roughly 1-to-1. So maybe you won't get 1 in between battles, or maybe you get like 2 in between battles or whatever. But yeah, we'll see where that ends up. Okay, so we got a new region. I'm gonna research the Scholars Guild, and then we'll go attack this keep over here that's infested.
14, almost year 15.
Yeah.
So you might have some people about to wage.
Oh yeah, we should look at that real quick. Whoops. Oh, hopefully that didn't mess anything up there. Yeah, Freddie wait, did somebody come of age then? Seems weird. Like if I retired people at year 0, I guess maybe they just didn't have their first kid for a few years.
Or maybe one came of age.
Yeah. Slow learner. Look at Christine. She's just a slow learner. That's it. Aww. This is the 2-year-old. Yeah, so you can see these like links, and you can totally follow these links to get to their parents, and then you can see all the children that are listed here.
What's the oldest?
10. Yeah, they didn't have a kid for a while. They were getting to know each other. That's how I think of it. They were getting to know each other, Also, plenty of men here. I think that's good. It's probably going to be good for this game. Oh, also those camera movements are all like really placeholder. Those will be very cool. Look at this, Sam Lowe. It looks like he grew a beard. This guy did not have a beard previously. He now he's in his 30s. You know, he's coming into his own.
Does that
Got a
really
bunch
happen, or is
got a
it
bunch
bug?
of kills. No, it totally happens. He was so they have like a young, a prime. We call it prime when they're sort of in the middle, and then an old, and yeah, we have these like tracks for their hair and beard, and so none of the young guys have beards. It's only the the prime and old guys that can have beards, right? It's a pretty sweet looking beard this guy's had.
I wonder if with the timeline, it might be fun to see your characters.
See when they switch,
Yeah.
sort of like, yeah, when they get into old age. This squad is looking pretty sweet. I think I'm just gonna, and it worked really well last mission, so I'm just gonna roll with it. They're good. They're good, Chad. Don't worry about it. Okay. Oh, so this is actually, I was hoping this would be in one of the new keep maps. But there'll be plenty more enemies on this one than that opening mission that we saw. Oh man, Brian did a really good job on the bottle foley. When you run your alchemist around, I think it sounds really good. Let's see, so I'll try to stack our dudes kind of behind. Actually, wait a minute. I don't know if that's a good idea. Okay, so we got corrosion dudes, we got spores, and we got time mages. It's gonna be really hard when we give them real names. I'm trying to start using their real names rather than they're like kind of lame placeholder names. What is this? This caberjack has 16 HP. Hardy, yeah. Yeah. Let's see, I think I might. So I know that they're both right here. They both ran into the fog. I saw them go in there. You can't fool me. But I don't want to get any of my melee guys in there. I'm wondering what I can do. I can take this caberjack. Oh look, it's not drawing my destination since I'm attacking a dude that's in the fog. Okay, I think this is what I want. Okay. So we just got that guy out in the open, and there's another dude over there. Okay, I'm gonna try to throw a grenade on that dude. Oh, I don't know if I can. Let's move the hunter up. Did this guy get stunned? Oh, how do I check that? I have to actually do this. Oh no! Did I just crash it? Oh no! Okay. So we're gonna try relaunching it. Oh, it really did explode. It exploded bad. Oh, video games. So that was inspecting an enemy caused a crash. Whoops. Wait, is that Dan? Can we put Dan on that one? I'm gonna put Dan on that one. Hopefully he's still watching. Hopefully he's still watching. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I should not have done that, huh? Let's see if we can resume the game. The save load is sometimes working.
Is there a stack trace?
It's got some bugs. I didn't see it.
We've seen that one before.
Yeah. Okay. Can we try it? Oh, so was this the last time it saved? Was it year 10? Wait, this is crazy. It is, isn't it? Oh man, I was getting pretty attached to those dudes. I don't know what game this is. I have 2 keys. I mean, this is crazy. This is about where I was. So maybe we'll just roll with this. Maybe we'll just roll with this game. Why not?
The entire family wiped out.
Okay. Yeah, no guarantees in the save game at this point in development. It's true. That will not be the case when we ship the game, though. That will not be the case. It'll be awesome. Uh-oh, Dan's coming in here. Dan!
Did you actually ever save the game?
I don't think I did. I thought it was auto-saving. I thought it was auto-saving like every turn.
No, we used to.
We used to. We turned it off. Ah, I should have been saving it. It's fine. It's fine. So we're just gonna check this out. So I loaded a save game and it's like 10 years in and there are 2. Look at this. House Dawson. Look at this. This is awesome. Denise Dawson. Quick. This is looking good. This is some good stuff. And look at this. It's Paul Muir.
How old is this game?
Paul Muir's hanging out. Yeah, he's got a bunch of traits. Yeah.
No, you can have 6.
You can? Okay. We're not sure how old this save is, but we're gonna try to go with it. It looks like they
Check your research.
It looks like they went for just the exploration
Oh,
first.
This is the old build game.
Is it?
Yeah. See, it's how they all say it very slow as a bug.
Oh, it
It's
is?
that, like, over a week.
Wait, but it can't be an old build. It's the same build.
I mean, it's
It's an old save. Is that okay? Do we know what's gonna happen? We'll see what's gonna happen. This is Uncharted. Yeah, this is open development at its finest, right? Another random event, you know? Getting a lot of babies. This is good. All right, we got the health potion. This is fine. This is right where we were. This is right where we were. That was a lucky save. Get the Scholars Guild going. We got this. Aaron, are there any questions from people? If people have questions, I would totally do my best. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Shouldn't that mirror character's name have changed to Dawson when he married into the family?
Oh, that's a good question. So that came from the chat. Is that shouldn't the partner's name change when you marry them in? And we could do that, but the problem with it is that a last name, like in our world, a last name sort of is a house, is a class, is the sigil. It's all these things wrapped together, and the relics, and that's really the main reason. Is that if you've got a Caberjack family and they have like these relics that are bound to their family, which are like the big cabers, and then you marry an alchemist in there. If the alchemist were to take the last name and the sigil and everything of that Caberjack, and then let's say the last Caberjack died, the alchemist wouldn't be able to use that weapon just because like we try to like keep them as separate as possible. So the partners actually keep their last names mainly for that reason, but also because it's like, you know, it's kind of subversive. It's progressive. It's a progressive video game. You know, you don't have to, man. You don't have to change your name when you marry somebody. It's cool.
Yeah, other cultures do totally different naming conventions. So
Yeah. Okay, so we'll get this hunter in there. Oh man, also I see this guy right here, this Liam McGarry. Do you see this guy's mustache? This is amazing. Jeff did a pass on all the like beards and mustaches. Look at this thing. That's a totally epic mustache. Oh, okay, so some of this stuff has changed, right? It definitely is an old save because there's like some weird bugs and stuff. Hopefully it's okay. Hopefully it's okay. We'll see. It's gonna be fine, right? It's Ben Muir. Quick. I think this squad is gonna be awesome. Liam, 59. Let's get it. Okay. This map is underway. Jeff and I just went through the maps, and he put these trees in and forgot to mark them as having alpha. So when you move the camera around, if you spin it on there, it's just a nightmare. So these trees will fade down just like these other ones very soon. Maybe they already do. But yeah, open development, looking good. All right, so we'll get some We get some stealthing dudes. I really like the forested areas because there's a lot of tall blockers that are exposed for your hunters to like sneak around. It feels really good. We'll sneak this guy around over here. Let's see, got some spores. Also on the music, we have some time, like in their contract, they're going to be doing variations of all of the tactical music for the different regions. So each region is going to have like a slightly different flavor of music based on like the visuals and stuff. It should be cool. Like it says meow when he gets a kill. That was Liam McGarry. That's the McGarry battle cry. Meow. Take a shot at this guy. This is one thing that I think we really have to do is that I've noticed when I'm aiming at, like, you know, when I'm selecting this guy to hit, I think we just need to procedurally drop that flag so that it'll be, you know, down on the screen. What do you think about that? This is awesome. You know, see, you're usually not here when I'm writing up notes by myself. Now I'm like just making features all the time, you know? Seems good. Oh, come on! Stealth this guy over here. Got a squad of dudes. I'm gonna send the alchemist over there. Yeah, yeah. I only try to write down the, That's, you know what, that right there, I don't know if I've ever written that one down, is that when you, I think it's when you use a hotkey, like when I hit 2 to go into my grenade, it's drawing the arc now, but until I actually mouse over a new square, it's not giving me the like cross, the like splash damagey thing, until I move one square. So, let's see. I'm using a hotkey to activate a skill. Right, because you'd have to mouse down, click the button, and then a mouse back up. Refresh the mouse over state of the procedural UI, like the targeting reticle. Sweet. And now I'm going to kill these guys. Alright. I think I already have that on a different list that they, let's see. I'm going to see if I can get to it. Let me see if I can research it. I want to smash this guy into this thing. Let's put this guy up here. Nice. See, so I'm going to use this. I've been pretty happy with this. This is kind of like the first core hunter ability that you get is this double shot. And we call it follow-up. It's you only get a second shot if your first shot hits. And that way you don't have to like think about all the crazy math that goes into something like that. 1 shot versus 2 shots. It's just like, it's kind of a normal shot, but if you hit, you get the bonus damage. How does this work? I'm gonna stun this guy, hopefully. Okay. Oh, and that actually... Oh, no!
Another crash? Oh, you're back.
That was crazy. What was that? Is the stream still going? That was weird. Okay.
Teams will go.
Have to relaunch the presenter. Okay, that'll do it.
Okay. Wow, that was weird. It like froze and went to a black screen. Okay, we're gonna take a break here in a minute, and then we're gonna come back. Mainly because I need a drink, I think. I'm done with this. Need to switch this for something harder, right? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Katie's probably gonna text me and tell me to drink my water. But yeah, if you guys have questions, that would be awesome. We'll try to answer more questions when we come back, and we'll keep cruising through this thing. Cool.